Okay, here we are. This is Hollywood defense point C. Um, there's not actually a lot of positions to hold with Anna, and there's not a lot of nades here either. It's all indoors. Not a lot to show you, but there's a little bit. Um, so the first thing that I would say, okay, let's go up to doors are opening. You lost the last point. You don't want to play in here. I mean, this is suicide really. Playing from this area. You don't want to play from on this side ever, because if you're playing out here, unless you're doing some cheeky, crazy move, but um, yeah, generally you're not going to want to play back here. Here, I mean, there's just too much to worry about. Like, stuff can come from all angles. I feel like the strongest point to hold when your team is kind of holding this area is this room back here. You got the Mega one step forward. You got a lot of cover. I've never seen anybody flank by coming this direction and then coming backwards to get you. And I've never seen anybody flank, you know, coming up here like a Genji, then crossing, and then coming back down away from point and then coming to get you. I've never seen it happen. So you're pretty safe, I feel like, back here. And you got, I mean, once again, you got your Mega. You can heal your team pretty well. You can poke, whatever. The only thing is, the only part that makes it kind of weak is you're one dash away from like a Genji or a Tracer. They can really pop in here pretty quickly. So you do have to be aware of that. After you lose this point, I would say fall back all the way to point. And the reason I would say fall back all the way to point is this here is not a strong area, because they can get flanked there, they can come straight across here, they can come here, and you like, it's like all of a sudden they're on you because they just come around here and boom, all of a sudden you're in a fight you didn't want to be in. So with Anna, it's all about choosing your battles and trying to limit situations impacting you. You can also get sniped by Widow up there, or, you know, or again you will see it, and so this is really weak. This is a little better than that, but you still have to, you know, you have almost a 180 spin to deal with two things. You got the flank here, somebody can climb this wall, somebody can come up through here, or they can shoot you over there. You're dealing with a lot of variables in this point, so also kind of weak, though stronger than down there. So if you do, I mean, you can do some fun plays if they're pushing and they're right on this corner. You can kind of come up here and splash them. You know, that can work, or sleep and splash them. But it's not going to be your main point to hold. Also, behind here, also a bit weak because you got this flank. You got people coming through there. You got the main to deal with, and you got over here. So I feel like this one is really weak place to hold. You move back further. It's a little bit better. So the wood box is a little better, but you're still dealing with a lot. You can even get a Tracer flanking from over here. Tracer or a Genji or something coming. So it's all about limiting what you're dealing with. I actually feel like one of your strongest areas is actually just healed from right here. You got a health pack to deal with. If you get pressured too hard, you can fall back into spawn. You're either only dealing with this area, so they have to come through that door, and you'll see them, or if they come up the stairs here, you'll see them, or you come this way, and you can kind of see over there. I mean, this is, I guess, you're isolated from the main door, and you only have to worry about that door. So that door and that door, and you're only exposed to one at a time. So if you're here, you're not exposed to that door at all, or the main. And if you're here, you're not exposed to that door at all, and you're only exposed there. So this is probably one of your strongest healing spots. But I do think stronger than that, even though you give up the health pack, if you can stand behind the bus, it's pretty safe back here. You can heal here, you can isolate yourself. Um, you could get this flank here. Once again, it's kind of a rare flank, but I mean you got to be aware of it. So once again, keep your left ear open. You can see people coming there maybe if they're flanking, but you're protected from it, and you can heal your whole team on point here. And even when you're healing, if you're zoomed, you should be quick scoping, but if you are zoomed, you still have eyes on that. You can tell if somebody's coming through there. So I feel like behind this bus is one of the most safe spots. One other thing, I guess, if you want, you could come up here and heal, but you're gonna deal with Genjis and Widows, and you're gonna have to fight up here to hold this spot. I mean, and it's kind of nasty. Like I don't think it's especially strong unless you're trying to get a nade on like a Rhine on the last push or something. And these spots are kind of bad because you get flanked here. If you're looking this way, if you're looking this way, they come up here. This is bad. Like everybody has a sight line on you. You can get it from over there and over there and over there. You're just, I don't feel like those are, and you can't heal your team from up there either because they're usually dropped under this thing. So it's not very solid. The only reason I would really come up here is once again if you're trying to do some sort of cheeky play where you flank the team, sleeve the Rhine and nade the whole team. But so once again, strongest points here, here, and all the way back, like here. Those are gonna be like the 3 points I would try to hold. The one other thing that I would say, there's like one nade in here, one visual cue, is if you're like kind of lined up on this bus and wanna like someone's poking out around those boxes, they're like Annas and Widows hang out back here, and then they pop out and try to get some shots. They might even go up on this. But a way to get a nade back there perfectly is literally to line up with this top brown thing. It's almost the only visual cue in the whole area. I mean, it's a big flat white area, so it's pretty easy though. You just, if you toss that, that'll splash off them, and it'll splash off that moon rock board. Yeah. I mean, you can like go up from there if you want to try to get it behind those, to really splash behind those boxes. You can make it. I don't think it's worth the time. Like, I mean, yeah, maybe if a Widow or something is there, but you're gonna splash almost anybody on these stairs anyway, and it's a much quicker aim to just pop out here, toss, and pop back in. So, I mean, you can even pre-aim it, right? So it's right there. There you go. Yeah. So I'm gonna say that's pretty much all I can say about Hollywood. Try to be there or here on the final push, and way up there in that corner on the first push. Yeah. Till next time.